Pressure is like everything else. There is good pressure and there's bad pressure. All right. So like everything else, there is good pressure, there is bad pressure. And the first assignment is to know how to distinguish between good pressure and bad pressure. When your father is telling you that you must marry, you must marry. You want to be sure that it is either good pressure or bad pressure. Do you understand? There are things that your father may not know. Okay, fine. So I was about 32 or 31, and my dad asked me, so when are you going to build your house?
Wow.
You know, and he also gave me a solution. He said, go outside Abuja, all those other villages around, just buy a land somewhere, even if it's a cafe or somewhere, and just, you know, build a house. I said, why must I build a house? So this one I'm living in now. I said, when you were coming to come and visit me in this house, where did you say you were going to? He said, I was coming to Apeh's house. I said, hey. I was renting the house, but when you were coming to visit me, you said you're coming to Apeh's house. So why must I build the house now? Because the other things I'm building. So I didn't yield to that pressure, because that pressure did not define whatever I saw as success at that point in my life. So you need to be very sensitive first to the kind of pressure you yield yourself to. Yeah, so I have, you know, a definition I've stood by for a while. There are two of them, but I'll stick with one for now. In my opinion, success is attaining your desired goals within reasonable time that aligns you with purpose. So I'll say that again. Success is attaining your desired goal, not your father's goals, not your mother's goals, not your friend's goals. You attaining
so success is personal.
Yes, it's you attaining your desired goals within a reasonable time that aligns you with purpose. So you can attain your friend's desired goals within a reasonable time, but it's not success because it's not your goal. So you need to build goals for yourself and then attain them within a reasonable time. So now speaking of good pressure must come within the, you know, within the framework of reasonable time.
Sure.
Because sometimes I'm not reasonable. If you buy car at 75, don't talk about it, because that goal was attained within an unreasonable time. All right, it's a goal you attained, but don't talk about it because the time was not reasonable. Number two element there is it must align you with purpose. So whatever pressure you are feeling, test it with purpose. Make sure that it passed the acid test of purpose and the acid test of reasonable time. The other definition is also making progress, you know, and progress is, you said it one time in one of our meetings, progress is moving, making progress with the right speed. That's how I define it. Making progress at the right speed. So progress is not just movement,
Direction.
Is movement with direction. You know, so you are moving, you can be moving and yet you're not making progress.
Sure.
So to make progress you need to move, but that you are moving does not mean you're making progress. And then the speed must be right, because there's speed for every assignment. All right, if you drive too slow on a highway, you are putting your life at risk. If you drive too fast on a small lane within a street, you also put your life at risk. So there's a speed that's ideal for a small street, there's a speed that's ideal on the highway. So you've got to understand progress, speed, purpose, and right timing.